Here with one of my favorite guests, Robb Napolitano, Managing Director and IT at Rose Associates. Robb, we get a chance to catch up every year like this. What's happening at the show for you?
What's happening at the show? What's happening at Rose? Two totally different questions.
Let's start with the show. What are you seeing here that's interesting?
I think you're seeing a lot of innovation, a lot of talk about vehicles, autonomous vehicles, VR, the next generation of technology and how it's going to be applicable.
Right.
And where is it going to be applicable? Is it a 2-year, 5-year, 7-year trajectory? It's pretty exciting. I think you got more independent technology companies here that have ever been here before, which is really exciting. And it's not just consultants, these are really people that bring products and services as well, and not the major three, Yardi, RealPage, and MRI. So
right.
I think it's pretty exciting so far.
Which technologies do you see that are coming available that can actually make a difference for Rose Associates?
That's a tough question. This is a commercial technology conference, and we're multifamily and residential.
Right.
Right? But I think all the in-building technologies are really going to be able to transcend commercial properties into the multifamily residential space.
Right.
And I'll be really excited to see in the next year or two how they evolve so we can now apply them as well.
When I interviewed you last year, you were gearing up for a very big year for Rose. Catch us up.
So let's just see. From the product side, we've just opened up and leased up. We're currently the 7th tallest building in Manhattan, 633 residential units, 137 hotel with extended stay, high-end luxury, downtown Manhattan. Very exciting. We're right now opening up 59 stories at 57th Street, right in Midtown, high-end luxury, co-op condo mixed use. So our development's going great. We've got really great new relationships. We've taken on 4 relationships of about 800 units for 4 different clients, high-end luxury as well. So the business side of Rose is doing great. And so what we did is, in the last years, we transformed the way we're doing business internally.
How so?
So we went from a homegrown, and we're in the middle of this transition, a homegrown proprietary application to MRI and the MRI platform. It has been challenging because we are all things to all people with all customizations. So we moved our owner and occupied in the beginning of the year. We moved the majority of our multifamily, and we have one big group left, and then we'll take on a couple of institutional clients. And it hasn't been easy. Don't get me wrong. I think whenever you do something like this, it's not the idea, it's the execution of the idea, right? And so when you're faced with adversity, that's the true testament of a team. It's not an IT project, it's a Rose project. And we learned some pretty big lessons, okay? We had some pretty big challenges.
What are some of those lessons?
Well, we have 3 customer base. We have our residents, we have our clients, and we have our employees. We focused primarily on our residents because we wanted to minimize that impact.
Sure.
You're paying rent, you don't want to have to pay rent differently. So we had to use MRI, created a custom API with our payments provider, ClickPay, and they did a great job. So our residents weren't really impacted from that standpoint.
Great.
We have statements and management statements, and we realized that some clients have some customizations, so we had to scramble at that. We have a lot of rent regulations in New York, 421As, 2.2s, rent stabilization. So our leases and getting them to be solid is where we're having our biggest challenge. But let me say this.
Yes.
We needed engineering help, and MRI's engineers have stepped up. They are by far, we are having superb success with them.
Really?
Oh yeah, and we've course corrected multiple times. It wasn't like we planned it. It's the ability to course correct on the fly that is going to make this project a success. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be sitting here with you next year because this is the foundation of the next generation of the Rose experience. Mark that, the Rose experience. For our clients, for our residents, we're going to enhance their experience tenfold. So not only are they living in a great luxury building, not only are we maximizing their asset, but getting the experience that they want to benefit themselves, their business, and their lives is really what we're setting ourselves up for.
Let's talk a little bit about this, the Rose experience. What does that mean? What does it look like to you?
It looks like meeting the expectations of our residents and anticipating their expectations.
So what do you think they expect?
I think you got to add more ways to get more information and more services. I think, the normal amenities of having a gym and a playroom, everybody's doing that,
Sure.
right? You move into a luxury building, right? I think you have to look at what kind of technology services you provide and what access to that.
So what do you guys provide? What kind of exciting, I'm a Rose resident, what do I get to do? Tell me some
Well,
of the
today or
toys.
tomorrow, and I'm not going to tell you tomorrow because it's not the secret sauce, my friend. Okay?
All right, but
you're
let
going
me
to have
ask
to
you
wait
this.
a year.
Next year,
You're gonna
you spill everything.
Next year, I'll be an open book for you. Okay,
All right.
I promise that.
So this year, what are some of the toys and the cool things I can expect if I'm a Rose resident today, June 2016? I walk in. What happens to me?
I think you're going to find a tailored experience about your leasing experience. We're not just leasing you an apartment anymore. We're leasing you a lifestyle.
Right.
We're leasing you a home, and that experience should be consistent across all of our buildings, across all of our properties. You go to one building, you should have that same experience in a different building, and that's what we're working on. We're working on consistency across the board. We're working on making sure that we bridge the gap between our on-site personnel and our corporate personnel. So collectively, we are a stronger, cohesive team. And that is going to transcend to the experience of our clients as well as our residents and even our employees, right? That's how really your collaboration, communication, engagement.
Next year, when we do talk,
Okay.
what's the one word we're going to use to describe what Rose is doing?
Competitive. Highly competitive. Meaning, I think we're going to be able to burst the market in what we offer people. I think Rose is positioning itself, guaranteed to be the leader, okay, in providing these experience for the three that I mentioned.
I'm going to look forward to that conversation, my friend. And here's my request. When that happens, I want you to explain how you did it, why you did it, the ways in which you did it so that we can learn from that experience.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Robb
Brother, thank you.
Napolitano.
Always a good time.
Awesome. Great talking to you. Rose, you heard it here first. They will be competitive. They will be at the top. They will break through, and we will learn their secret sauce. You wouldn't tell me much this time, but next year I expect it all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have two guests left. Ted Malucci will be joining me on stage from Tridel, and Steve Massaros from Liberty Prospect. I guess they're going to come on up. I'll have you switch places with him. And Robb, thank you very, very kindly. I'll see you later this evening.